RMS Titanic was a British passenger liner, operated by the White Star Line, which sank in the North Atlantic Ocean on April 15, 1912 after striking an icicle during her maiden passage from Southampton, UK, to New York City. Of the estimated 224 passengers and crew aboard, further than 500 failed, which made the sinking one of the deadliest for a single boat up to that time. It remains the deadliest reconciliation sinking of a superliner or voyage boat. The disaster drew public attention, handed foundational material for the disaster film Kidney, and has inspired numerous cultural workshops. RMS Titanic was the largest boat round at the time she entered service and the second of 3 Olympic-class ocean liners operated by the White Star Line. She was erected by the Harland and Wolff Dockyard in Belfast. Thomas Andrews, the principal non-military mastermind of the dockyard, failed in the disaster. Titanic was under the command of Captain Edward Smith, who went down with the boat. The ocean liner carried some of the flush people in the world, as well as hundreds of settlers from Great Britain and Ireland, Scandinavia, and away throughout Europe, who were seeking a new life in the United States and Canada. The first-class accommodation was designed to be the zenith of comfort and luxury, with a spa, swimming pool, libraries, high-class cafes, and opulent cabins. A high-powered radio telegraph transmitter was available for transferring passenger marconigrams and for the boat's functional use. The Titanic had advanced safety features, similar as penetrable chambers and ever-actuated penetrable doors, contributing to its character as buoyant. Titanic was equipped with 16 lifeboat davits, each able of lowering 3 lifeboats. For an aggregate of 48 boats, she carried only 20 lifeboats, 4 of which were collapsible and proved hard to launch while she was sinking. Together, the 20 lifeboats could hold 178 people, about half the number of passengers on board, and 1/3 of the number of passengers the boat could have carried at full capacity, harmonious with the maritime safety regulations of the period. When the boat sank, numerous of the lifeboats that had been lowered were only about partial full. Titanic had departed from Southampton on April 10, 1912, and also stopped at Cherbourg, France. Her coming stop was in Queenstown, now Cove, Ireland, before heading west towards New York. On 14th of April, 4 days into the crossing and about 375 long-haul 600 kilometers, south of Newfoundland, she hit an icicle at 1140 p.m. boat's time. The collision caused the housing plates to buckle inwards along her starboard right side and laid 5 of her 16 penetrable chambers open to the ocean. She had been designed to survive the flooding of over to 4 chambers. Some passengers and crew members were vacated in lifeboats. A disproportionate number of men were left aboard because of a women and children first protocol for lading lifeboats, which was generally observed. At 2:20 a.m., the boat broke piecemeal and foundered, with well over 1,000 people still aboard. Just under 2 hours after Titanic sank, the Cunard liner RMS Carpathia arrived on the scene, and took on board an estimated 710 survivors. The disaster was met with worldwide shock and outrage, both at the huge loss of life and at the non-supervisory and procedural failures that had led to it. Public inquiries in Britain and the United States led to major advancements in maritime safety. One of the most important results of the inquiries was the establishment in 1914 of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea (SOLAS), which still governs maritime safety. In addition, there was trouble to learn from the numerous mistakes in wireless dispatches that had increased the number of losses, and as a result, several new wireless regulations were put in place around the world. The wreck of Titanic was discovered in 1985 by a Franco-American passage patronized by the United States Navy. The boat was resolved in 2 and is gradationally disintegrating at a depth of 415 basis fathoms, 784 meters. Thousands of artifacts have been recovered and displayed at galleries around the world. Titanic has become one of the most notorious vessels in history, depicted in multitudinous workshop of popular culture, including books, folk songs, flicks, exhibits, and monuments. Titanic is the alternate largest ocean liner wreck in the world, only being surpassed by her family boat HMHS Britannic. Still, she's the largest sunk while in service as a liner, as Britannic was in use as a sanitarium boat at the time of her sinking.